So hello all. So a lot of people have been messaging me after the NEET exam, like how to get back to studies. Like I have scored low, my rank is low, like I will not get my dream branch with this particular rank. Like a lot of people have been messaging me how to get back to that momentum, how to get back to that phase, how I was studying prior to exam. After the results have come, I am unable to study. I'm unable to get back to preparation. So today I thought I'll just share a 5-step strategy that I myself have used before to get back that momentum after the exams are over. So whatever I'm telling now is from my own experience only. Like I can't say something which I have not experienced, right? I can't just keep on speaking like that. So I'll try and concise whatever strategies that I have adopted to get back to that preparation phase, or what we call to that grinding mode, to turn on that grind mode back to studies. Okay. So the 5-step strategy that I was talking about is clearly mentioned here. There are 5 steps. The first step is to accept your result. So I'll first talk about the step 1, that is to accept your result. So this is a very important thing. Whatever the results we have got, we should be ready to accept it, right? So if I talk from my own experience, I had told in my previous video about my strategy video, in that I had told that my internship was over in 2021 and I had given the exam in 2021, 22, 23, and this is the 4th time that I am giving the exam. So even after all these attempts, once the results are over, I was ready to accept my result, because I know, like, whatever I have done during that preparation phase, I know what I have done. So the result, whatever it may be, is the fruit of what I had worked during the previous year, right? So we can't blame anybody, right? So accepting the result is the most important thing. One thing that I have seen after, like, every year after the results have come, and the students start to like protest in the social media, Telegram, saying that this is wrong, that is wrong, and some may be just pointing out that and they will be gone from Telegram, and some others will be keeping on messaging in Telegram from morning till night. They will be in social media only, keeping on protesting and keeping on mocking the system. Yeah, obviously there may be some corruptions, everything might be there, but our goal is to study, right? So we can't sit and keep on protesting in social media, which is not going to give us any result. If at all we have any issue with the results, if we want to legally proceed forward, we have to go to the court, right? Instead of sitting and talking in social media, protesting is not going to help. And this is not just for one day. I am still seeing students in the Telegram group protesting against the NEETPG results, which have come like 2 weeks back, right? So that is the thing which we have to change. We have to accept whatever we have got and we have to move forward. Only then our brain will be focused for the next step. So just understand that acceptance is not quitting or anything. You don't have to quit, or nobody is asking you to stop studying or anything. Acceptance is like you are understanding the situation, right? Okay, this is what the reality is. So to accept that reality, first you have to accept your result, right? Then only you will think. So that is what is acceptance is all about. Yeah, so the next step is to understand the ground reality, right? Only once you accept your result, then only your brain will start thinking about what next. So to understand the ground reality, step 1 should be done. Only then step 2 will work, okay, right? So we should avoid clinging to the result. That is what I told about accepting result. We should not keep thinking, okay, my result was like this, what should I do? My result was this, how can, like, leave it. I would say leave it. It is over, right? We have to get over it. So that is why accept it. Creating a rank of rank 1 or rank 202 or rank 1 lakh, it is not going to determine how good of a clinician or how good of a doctor you are in future, right? It's just an entrance exam rank. After the entrance exam is over, nobody is going to talk about it. So just leave it once it is over. Once you are ready to accept the ground reality, you should be getting into a very perfect environment to think about that. To think about that, you should be in a comfortable environment. You should close your eyes, take some deep breath and let it out, and then think what went wrong, or why this happened. So these are the questions that should come to your mind when you are trying to understand the ground reality, right? So you should also think, like, at what position am I standing? What are the status of all the subjects? Like, for example, suppose I am thinking about my ground reality and I am thinking, okay, what happened to my anatomy? Where is my anatomy standing right now? Have I done proper revision of anatomy? Have I done 3 revision? Or have I done only 1 revision? Like, these are the things that you should ask yourself, and you should assess all the 19 subjects. You should assess like this. So that is the step number 2. Yeah, so the next step is to close your boundaries. After you have decided and after you have understood the situation, next step is to close your boundaries. So what do I mean by closing boundaries is that you are the one who is going to decide your future, not the neighbors, not the people around you, right? They can just sit in the stadium and they would be like audience. They will be eating popcorn and cheering you, and once, if it is success or failure, they will leave you, right? They are not going to follow you like that. So just leave them. You decide yourself, like, what should I do next, not anybody else, right? If at all you want, you can just include the close relatives or very close friends of yours. All the other opinions you should neglect. That is what I would say, okay? And the next thing, when you decide on your preparation, is you should stay away from all these kind of distractions, right? And one thing that personally I have felt is that only when we are trying to sit and study, lot of distraction would start coming in, right? These are some kind of negative energy that is happening when we are doing something positive. So we should have that courage in us to overcome this kind of negative energy, avoid all kind of distractions. If possible, avoid social media use. Why I'm telling to avoid social media use is because we get addicted to it, then it is very difficult to come back from the social media. So avoid social media is what I would say. Personally, I also did that only, okay? So I stayed away from social media, and I used productivity apps like Forest or Flip, or some other apps are there in App Store and in Google Play Store. These apps would restrict the use of other applications in the mobile phone. So obviously the use of mobile will be decreased. So that kind of way, if at all you are addicted to phone use addiction can be reduced, okay? And I personally had to stay away from a lot of celebrations and invitations. If at all it is very important, you can't miss. For example, if it's your brother's or sister's wedding, you can't miss, right? Other all invitations, you can say them, I'll come next day after my exams are over, I'll come next month, and you just postpone it, okay? Because our preparation is much more important than those celebrations. So yeah, you will have much to sacrifice during the preparation, that is true. But in the end, what you will earn, this is earn only, okay, not see. What you earn will be the best present of your life, right? So you will have to sacrifice something or the other to earn something which is much better, right? So just sacrifice it is fun for 1 year only now. You can keep aside your mobile phone, nothing will happen. You can avoid unwanted, I'm not saying unwanted, like not very important meetings, invitations, celebrations, you can just avoid them. But don't go and tell that I will not come to you, like that should make a break in your bond between your relatives and friends, right? So tell them very lightly that I have some important exam that is coming up. I will definitely come to your place after the exams are over, and we can definitely party, right? So that is the next step. Coming to step number 4, after everything is set, you have to make a timetable. That is a very important thing that I have already told many people who have messaged me. Everybody should have a plan. That is not only just for entrance examination, but for everything you should have a plan. So you should actually plan for one entire year, I would say. For example, who are preparing for NEETPG 2025 should have a plan till the exam date. You should make a particular duration for your first read, then for your first revision, second revision, third revision, last revision, and so on, right? So you should have a time frame for everything. Apart from that, you should allot each day for a particular subject. Even if you don't allot for the revision and all, at least for the first read, you should make a very detailed timetable. You should allot this many days for a particular topic, for a particular subject. Why we are doing this is because this will actually train our brain to get focused rather than getting procrastinated. If a better thing that you can do along with this is to make a daily planner, and you should have a fixed daily planner, and you should add subjects and topics into that the previous night you should add. I'll just show you how I used to do it. So here is an example of my schedule and my daily planner. So this was my schedule prior to the NEETPG exam. So you can see I had written down endocrine, I was reading first aid, page number 330 to 348, then 348 to 361, like that. Next day I had dedicated for pediatrics. This was actually my revision timetable. That is why you can see only 1 day is dedicated for pediatrics, and that is the way how you should be. It is always better to write it down rather than thinking I will do this on that day, I will do 2 days radio. Apart from that, you should write it down. Only then your brain will be focusing, otherwise you will lose it, okay? And this is a daily planner which I used. You can see divide the day with time block targets, and into these sessions you should add the topics and subjects on the previous night before you sleep. Okay, every day 1 hour I used to take for previous day revision, and then I would start with the session. Every day I would do around 100 to 200 questions. Initially it was 50 questions, slowly I increased to around 200 questions. Every day I used to try to chant all the mnemonics, but it was practically not possible, but I did not take more than 30 minutes for that thing. And every day at night I used to do PYQs. Okay, yeah. Now for the last step, there is no more time left to sit and procrastinate and sit and worry and sit and cry, right? The time is almost there. You should start preparation from now onwards. Don't wait for somebody else. Don't wait for some good day or some good time. Nothing like good day or good time. If you're waiting for the right time, it is now. This poster is actually from my room only. I used to keep it in my room. Like a lot of posters are there in my room to get myself motivated only. So if you're waiting for the right time, it's now. It's now. After the end of this video, you should get with your preparation, right? So let's buckle up and get ready to take off. I wish everybody all the best, and I'm very sure that all of you who are watching my video and following these steps would definitely come out with flying colors. Thank you.